Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Okay, so post our discussion last day, what has been the progress so far on your respective works is what I would like to understand first. Ashmita, can you take me through what has been the progress so far post our last discussion?
Sir, I've completed my analysis from the responses and left with the findings and recommendation and that ABC list also, which you asked me to confirm from Arindam, sir. I called him like 3 to 4 times. He said he sent you today, but yesterday also I called him.
Okay. Maybe he's busy, but he'll surely come back to you for sure.
Yes.
Ashmita, I went through that Excel file analysis which you had sent me, right? But
Yes, sir.
but the findings are not that very clear from your project. So if you could, as I told you and written you over the mail also, I would need to understand
Yes, sir.
what are your major findings. So please understand that you have been given a project which leads to understanding that what are the factors which leads to buying of staples items from EasyDay.
Steppers.
So which are the 5 major factors do you think has come out very clearly through your project which leads to buying of staples from EasyDay? So that's number 1. Number 2 is you also did a little bit of a satisfaction score index, right? So what's
Yes.
been the satisfaction of customers with regards to the products bought and where are the improvement areas? So if you can jot all these pointers down today and send me across, I think that would be nice.
Okay, sir.
Right. What about
Yes, sir.
Ashmita? Also, what about the progress on the secondary, just the secondary research that you are doing? It was on vendor management, right? That you are doing.
Yes, sir.
Any progress so far on that? Because that conclusion I have not seen yet on the secondary research as to.
So I need to add that list, that ABC list.
Okay.
Anything more I need to add?
No, just the ABC analysis. Therefore, is what I need. So the conclusions from the ABC analysis that has happened. So
Yes,
where?
sir, I haven't got that list yet.
So have you spoken to Anindam?
Yes, I called him like 3 to 4 times. Yes, sir. He said that I will mail you today, but he hasn't.
Okay, do one small thing. Just give him a small reminder on a WhatsApp today. Maybe he is busy with the con calls and stuff. So give him a reminder today and then let's take that forward. Right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'll quickly move on to Gargi. How are things at your end, Gargi?
Sir, I'm doing the analysis and send it to you by today night.
Okay. What's been the
Today
finding
evening.
from the store manager study that you did, Gargi? You had a good 50 number responses from the store managers.
No, sir. There are 33 or 35 stores in Kolkata.
Okay.
So I collected responses from 20.
Okay. How has been the response? I mean, what's been the major
20 store
responses? Some major findings, if you could tell me now.
So I don't know whether the responses are true or not because many of them have said yes only. Almost have said yes. Like except for one, the rest, all of them said yes for each and every question.
Okay. So do they against? Can you name one? Take us through the questionnaire once again. The major questions that you had asked. I don't happen to have that questionnaire in front of me right now. So. Hello. Am I audible?
Hello.
Yes, Gargi, am I audible? Hello. I I think there's some little bit problem connections with Gargi. She's moved on. Okay, I'll move on to Joyraj. Joyraj, I've been getting your daily reports every day. Howsoever, I'm a little worried on your front as to I'm not hearing from your end what's happening on the primary research that you are doing with regards to in-store promotional activities.
So, sir, I'm just making some recommendation for month-wise. What will be a base for the store to make boost up the store sales?
No. I'm happy that you're making the plan. However, your primary research had a lot of other questions in place, right? There were around 15 questions which the entire questionnaire had, inclusive of
Yes, sir.
what are the media tracking and all, which media do the people get to
Yes.
consume more often, which ATL media, which BTL media. So what's been the major finding there?
I haven't checked that report for a while. Once to check it once for a. I couldn't recall that. What's the major reading that came out?
Okay, hold on for a minute. This is just for all of you. I have something to show, and okay, are all of you being able to see the screen?
No, sir, not yet.
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Is it visible now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Visible now? Is the screen visible
No, sir.
now?
No, sir. No, sir.
Still not? Still not?
No, sir.
Okay, no problem.
No,
No
sir.
problem. What I'll do is I will share across this presentation with you post our discussion, right? And maybe in our common WhatsApp forum, we are going to take this up, right? So I do not know what problem this is happening, but I essentially wanted to show you one of the. Is this visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It is, right?
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So if you look at this, so let us assume that this is with regards to retail only, so that it's easier for you people to understand. So let us assume a city has 4 modern format stores, right, of a leading retail player. They are more or less of similar size and have total monthly sales, right? Similar types. However, the sales of by different categories are different. So by now, you people have understood what a category is, right?
Yes, sir.
So FMCG food is a category. FMCG non-food is another category. Staples is another category. General merchandise on which Joyraj is working is another separate category. So therefore, all the categories are different, right? So in such a scenario, let us look at the buyers of instant noodles in the 4 stores. So this is the data that we have got. See, so store 1, store 2, store 3, and store 4, right? Have a look at this. So this is the brands purchased from each store. So buying percentage of Maggie variants only. So look at store one has 70% buying Maggie only. Look at store one 20% buying Yippee and 10% buying both, right? So this is the brand wise percentage breakup of the various noodle brands, right? And this is the contribution of buyers of instant noodle brands from each of the stores. So buying Maggie variants only would be 18% for store one, store two would be 27%, store three would be 42%, and store four would be 13%. Do you see an outlier here? A store which has consistently a very high percentage of noodle buyers here, which is the store that
Store 3, sir.
Yes,
Store 3, sir.
correct.
Store
So
3.
store three, what would you, so reading the two tables, what would you conclude about instant sales from the 4 stores? Can you make some guesses about the difference in the catchment profile of these stores? So while I say a catchment is now a catchment defined to all of you, a catchment is the near periphery of the store from where the customers come into the store, right? So most of you had this in your questionnaire. So a 2-kilometer radii to a 5-kilometer radii would be the primary catchment of the store. Beyond 5 kilometers till 10 kilometers would be the secondary catchment area, and 10 kilometers plus will be the tertiary catchment area, right? So generally for easy day, where do you think people generally come from? Is it the primary catchment, secondary catchment, or the tertiary catchment for easy day in place? Can all of you mute yourself, and only when answering can you please put on your microphone? That would be better. Joyraj, where do you think the customers of Easy Day come from? Do they come from the primary catchment or the secondary or the tertiary? Which catchment do they come from?
So can you repeat the primary, secondary?
Yeah, so I was saying that between 2 kilometers to 5 kilometers, right? Within the
Right.
near catchment, right? Within the near periphery of 5 kilometers is the primary catchment. Beyond 5 to 10 kilometers, secondary catchment, and 10 kilometers and beyond are the tertiary catchments, right? So where do you think the customers of Easy Day generally come from?
So I would say the customer will be coming from primary catchment.
Correct. So
Because
typically, you're right in your answer. Typically, Easy Day stores are neighborhood format stores. So therefore, it's mandatory, almost a mandatory, or we can take it for as granted that they would be coming from the primary catchment only, right? So therefore, what would your guess be from the catchment profiles about these stores? Any wild guesses from anyone else? Can Pranobendra take a wild guess regarding the difference of catchment profiles from the data that you got?
Sir, difference comes from the convenience part.
Right. Of course, convenience is one factor, as you are telling. Here you are typically seeing that store 3 has instant noodle buying population. The percentage of buying instant noodles is extremely high for store 3. So 42%,
Yes,
66% buying Maggie and Yippee or Top Ramen respectively, and 60% buying both. Right. So what does this suggest about store 3? Okay, so see, so
store 3 has the large number of buyers of
has a lesser
noodles.
Solus Maggie buyers, but being the largest seller of instant noodles, it contributes maximum to the Maggie sales as well as to the other brand sales. So store 3 has substantially large number of buyers of instant noodles, right? So therefore the same size store, yet store 3 has higher instant noodle sales, and therefore the catchment profile might be. Now this is where your assumption as a manager would come in, right? So you as a manager in due course of time would need to analyze the data accordingly, right? So therefore the catchment profile would be younger, with more double income households, bachelors, etc. Also psychographically they are more open to trying of new brands, maybe, and more exposed to media, hence aware of new brand. So this is
Yes.
how you come to a conclusion from the data that is obtained. So therefore, you people will have to, and why this? Why did I show you this? It is because you people will have to rack your brains from the data analysis that you are doing from your respective projects as well. So maybe, you know, all the people have said a yes. So Gargi just now told me that most of the store managers told a yes to it, right? So if all of them say a yes, then can Gargi, you do a dipstick study again with regards to all these store managers and understand the pain points if at all exist. So everything cannot be hunky dory for everyone. There has to be some pain points that exist. So as a manager, where are the problems in decision making that maybe the store manager is facing? Is something at the pointers that I would love to hear from all of you. So if everything is hunky dory and everything is fine, then you know there's no need for a manager at all. So things can go on a auto mode and autopilot mode itself. So where do you bring in your charisma as a management graduate is what the SIP seeks to understand, right? Joyraj,
Yes, sir.
Joyraj, in-store promotional activities, how many responses have been got for the primary research?
I've got about 115 or 60, 116 response.
Very good. So I told you that a sample size of 100 should be good enough. Now that you have got 116 responses, have you made an effort to analyze the 116 responses so far? Or is it like you're still sitting on it?
No, I'm still sitting.
No, Joyraj, that should not happen, right? So since you have already got the responses, I would expect you to please start working on an analysis bit, right? So maybe, you know,
Okay.
there was a question that whether people come into the store by seeing the outdoor advertisements, or do they come into the store by hearing the radio advertisements for ATL? There was also a question whether people come to know and are informed via SMSs and WhatsApp, or are people getting to know about the offers once they are inside the store already? So therefore, I would love to understand from your end, which is the media vehicle that is working best. So if you say to me that, you know, 58% of the customers have come to know about the offers inside the store while they have already entered inside the store, then that goes on to suggest that the marketing efforts, the outer marketing efforts of Easy Day are going a waste. And it is only that people are coming to know about the offers once they're inside the store. So therefore, what can be your recommendation? This is just an example that I've given you, right? So please tell me that which is the media
Right.
vehicle that is working fine. Many people might say that they were not aware about the offers at all, and therefore they had not come down. So maybe, you know, you do a pressure cooker mail. I've seen your suggestion, right? So maybe they are
Yes.
doing a pressure cooker mailer from the 5th to the 10th of May, right? However, if people are not informed prior, if people are not given an SMS, or people are not given a WhatsApp, so then it goes on to suggest that these efforts are not working fine. It's going in vain. So therefore, what are your suggestions? Also, I've told you very clearly, Joyraj, I would need to have a marketing calendar in place with regards to all types of promotional methodology that the store should be adopting. So starting from the first week of May itself till the end of March 2021, month-wise, week-wise planner is what I would like to see from your end.
Okay. Okay. So I said I see. Okay.
So, you know, in today's date, with the effects of COVID-19 working extremely high, what kind of marketing methodologies, Joyraj, can Easy Day adopt? And especially with regards to general merchandise.
So people will better for people be communicated with the external sources like SMS, emails.
See, when I say marketing strategies, it's just not about the media vehicles. What is it that the customers are wanting now? As a retail store, will customers be confident enough to come down and buy from your store?
Yes.
Yes.
No, not at all.
Currently, they will not be interested in coming down to store at all. So therefore, your communication to your customer will have to be based on the factor that EasyDay is maintaining hygiene inside the store. So maybe you send them a WhatsApp or a emailer, or maybe you advertise on through a leaflet or a newspaper that EasyDay is safe to shop inside, right? So maybe the use of hand sanitizers will have to be told. Maybe you tell them that you'll be thermally screened. Maybe you tell them that you'll be sanitized through a tower once you enter inside our store, and that all our housekeeping people have taken the necessary measures so that the sanitation inside the store is up to the mark. So that's the kind of marketing communication that should go across to all the customers at this very point. So through your SIPs, I would love to see such kind of inputs coming in, which are relevant to the customer at this point of time. Right? Devendra, coming to you now, what's been the responses?
Yes, sir.
I've seen that you've reached the desired target, the desired sample size that we had discussed. But what's the update next?
Yes, sir.
What's the update next? Any
So
findings that
I
have
have
come up with the project?
so I have started yesterday that I've started with basic. What is the quantitative research? What is qualitative research? What is Likert scale? I have
Correct.
started with this, and
Okay.
today I will start with analysis part, sir.
Okay. For you, therefore, it's very mandatory to make me understand that how have the respondents given marks to the various factors that have been enlisted down, which are the top 5 factors which lead to customer satisfaction in Pantaloons, and which are the areas where they are lagging behind, right? Also, have you had a clear-cut understanding on the CapEx and OpEx items, the out and out secondary research project that I had given you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so by the end of next week, almost by the 4th is what we had decided, right? Please give me a first cut draft of the final project report, of how it should actually look like. So maybe you keep continuing after 4th also. There'll be a lot of scissors in between, right? There'll be a lot of changes which will be happening post the first cut. But at least if you prepare the first cut by the first half of next week, then I can give you my inputs as well, and then we can take it forward for the final draft of your project report, right? I have a common question to all of you. Are all of you in touch with your company guides as well? And are you taking their inputs for your
Yes, sir.
project in due course of time? I heard only from Devendra. Pranavendra, what's happening at your end? Are you in touch with your mentor, with your company guide?
Sir, the last time I called him was, I think, 1 week ago. So he saw my report and made some few changes in the report.
Okay.
And accordingly, I've made that changes. And
Fair
after
enough.
that, I'm not in touch.
Joyraj, what's up with you? Are you in touch with your company guide also?
Sir, no, sir. After sending the interview report, I haven't contacted.
No, Joyraj, that will not do. Please make it a point that you are always on top of their minds, right? I know that they will be very busy. However, for your own inputs, and it's all the more mandatory now, since you people are working from home, to be in touch with them regularly. See, all of you are students of marketing, right? End of the day, you will have to market yourself also in this field, right? So what is the final aim, so that you learn a lot from this SIP, and you are able to portray that you have done a brilliant job and understood a lot of things, and you have helped the company in due course of time to improve their performance also. So that's the aim for the SIP, so that you gain your knowledge in the process, as well as you help the bosses and the company in return, right? So that they are in a position to offer you a pre-placement offer. Even if not a pre-placement offer, you are at the top of the mind regularly, so that next year when you are up for your final placements, they definitely keep you in their mind, right? So therefore again, this would be your self-marketing project. Please do your job nicely and portray it in front of them so that you remain at their top of the mind. Right? So Joyraj,
Yes, sir.
please call
Yes.
him up. He might be busy, he might not take up your call, but please drop a message. Please ask them whether they need any help. So I'm seeing Devendra is helping out a lot to his mentor. There are a lot of work which Devendra is getting from his mentor, right? So that's good, Devendra.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Any other, so from Easy Day, have your mentors given you any other work of sorts in the last few odd days from the company? So any other works that you have got? Okay.
No,
So
sir.
please put a message, sir, can I be of any help to you? Or madam, can I be of any help to you? Any help required, I'm just a call away. Or you can definitely WhatsApp me. I'll help you in the best possible manner working from home, right? So please be in touch with your company guides regularly. Also, I wanted an update. So some of you are very meticulous, religious in sending me across the daily reports. Others, when I say the fresh memory is retained and you send me across every day. Apart from Ashmita, who's been very good, I've almost seen that most of you forget to send me the daily report. So that's a must, please. Please don't forget to send me the daily reports every day. And are you people attending those webinars and the Excel classes also? Excel classes of IBS Bangalore?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sure then. So do continue with your good work, and any questions you can post me on WhatsApp, right? And you can call me also. But 4th is the next deadline when I would like to see the first cut draft of the final report. So please get your analysis and all done by then, and get your final report, the first draft of the final report at least ready, right? Okay
sir.
then, thank you so much. Any questions from
Thank
your
you.
end? Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. We can disconnect then. Okay. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.